Well, so hi guys, and welcome to yet another podcast. This is a new series we're starting here on Car Bike 360, and with me today is Sagar Das, who is of course the co-founder at Car Bike 360. He's been associated with the Indian auto industry in various capacities, and he's been associated for almost 2 decades now. He's been around the block. He's seen everything. He's built up businesses, and he's been part of a lot of startup companies. And before we begin our discussion on the sales numbers for June, before we begin our discussion about how the sales have been, which cars have sold, here's a small request. Please do subscribe to his channel and also do follow us on Instagram, Facebook, as well as X. And don't forget to check out FlipitMoney as well, which are the sponsors of this video. Now, before beginning, Sagar, you're also associated with FlipitMoney. So just give us a brief about what this is and how can the users and the audience members benefit from FlipitMoney.
So thank you, Assis. Thanks for inviting me into this. And probably it is the first podcast for me. And so to talk about FlipitMoney is an interesting app. We acquired it from Kotak Securities and RDB Group last year. So this is a real-time business news and capital market news in 50 words. So we use extensive artificial intelligence and natural language processing to get this condensed format of the content, which is today consumed by 4.8 million users and very, very niche users.
Okay.
So that's in a short version of the FlipitMoney all about. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, check it out because it also saves you time and also gives you a lot of guidance about where you should invest money, about the financial sector, and about the capital markets as well. Now, coming back to our topic, Sagar, the last month, June of 2025, we've seen the last few years SUV sales have really picked up.
Yeah.
But the number one selling car in 2024 was the Tata Punch. Right through the year, it beat the WagonR. So hatchbacks are on decline. But last month was a big surprise, and the surprise was that the Hyundai Creta, a car which retails for about 20 lakh rupees on an average, is the number one selling car, not the SUV only, but the car across segments. It beat the Dzire, it beat the WagonR, it beat the Brezza, and it beat a lot of other cars, the Tata Nexon. What do you think? Why are Indians in love with the Creta? It's been around in the market now for 10 years. It's in its third gen now, 2.5, 2 gens have gone, and this is, of course, the upgrade. What do you think is the big reason? And how do you see it in the next few years to come?
So, this is the 10th anniversary of Creta. Congratulations, Mr. Garg and the entire Hyundai team for achieving this milestone. In fact, one of the total number of Creta has been sold within 10 years around 1.2 millions right now in Indian market. So that shows there is a consumption of the consumer adoption towards Creta has been phenomenal. It has proven over a period of time. So one factor that I see is the reliability, the brand value of Hyundai Motors, and price to performance. The overall price to performance has been phenomenal. Even if you look at H1 2025, so they are the highest sellers of SUVs under sub 4.3 meters, right? Which is an extremely competitive market, but they have been phenomenally doing well because there are no other choices. With closer competitors probably are not nearer to the kind of features, reliability, and steadiness that has not been there. So one of the reasons for Creta being successful, I think.
Do you also think it's an aspirational value that people have?
Yeah. So what we see in Car Bike 360 also, the analytics that we look at very, very closely, we see there is a lot of aspirations towards the C1 compact SUV segment. Around a research factor of within SUV segment that we get almost 60% of the traffic, which is luring within the SUV segment. Out of that, 75 to 80% traffic is towards compact segment of SUV. I think the segment itself is growing, and within that segment there are many competitors. But the true competitors or true results, Creta has been giving a hyper growth to the Hyundai.
In the analytics that you see, is it also because of the various fuels that it has? Because it has 3 engines. Some rivals only have 1. So is it also because maybe they have turbo, they have non-turbo, and they also have a diesel? Hyundai is one of the few companies now which still offers a diesel, unlike Maruti and Honda. So do you think that's also one of the big criteria that people look at?
So the research pattern that we have seen is largely people are looking for a transmission into the petrol version. That's a more, when you look at that graph, that is going largely towards the petrol and a automatic transmission of Creta. And a lot of people, what I see in the transition or the erosion is happening, they're considering Grand Vitara as probably the competitor, and they are moving into Creta in the research journey of it. So that pattern this month also we saw last month. We are predicting the Creta sales to go up.
Even further?
Even further going forward unless there is no superstar coming in the market as a competitor.
And one of its other rivals is the Honda Elevate. And you must have seen the numbers are very disappointing. They really are in the early 1,000, 1,500 units, maybe 2,000 units. What do you think is the reason why people are not really going towards or elevating on that side of the market?
See, the visibility of Honda Elevate, what I've seen, I'm not talking about road, because then being a digital company and understanding the digital behavior, which is largely impacting the sales behavior today, we don't see a lot of traffic is coming and consuming Honda Elevate, or there is not a cross-sectional traffic in the consideration stage for Honda Elevate. If people are not considering that vehicles, so hence the walk-ins are going to go down, hence the retails are going to be impacted. So Honda has to kind of make sure that how the visibility and the consideration stage increases. I have driven Elevate, it's a fantastic car. People are not, and Honda being Honda City before, people have trusted to a certain extent of Jazz and WRV, but this car has to be showcased much more meaningfully on the different platforms. So that consideration, if they're increasing, hence people are looking for other choices. But that choices has to come in the front.
So the buzz is missing, you're saying?
The buzz is absolutely, I think that buzz is missing today.
Now, moving on from large size or mid-size SUVs, the second car in one of the top 5 is, of course, the Dzire. And the sedan sales are going down, but the Dzire simply, just stands out. Have you seen any trends on that and why people are going for that car? Any particular reason they're offering a sunroof now? Is that one of the big reasons? And also, my next question is that hatchback sales are continually on the decline. If you see year to year, month to month. Do you think that they will be able to revive, or do you think that the hatchback market in the next 5 years will be almost finished? What do you think about that?
See, I'll answer the first one. So Maruti Dzire has been a successful stint in the previous avatars in the market, right? So they came up with a 5-star rating for the first time in Maruti. That's very good big thing for big thing for Maruti as a company as such. So there is always a reliability, brand recall value for Hyundai for Maruti Dzire. So that has translated into the Maruti Dzire, and also we see a certain percentile, almost 12 to 15 percentile, people of commercial vehicle guys are also considering as a part of the research pattern on our site for the Dzire as well. Even though the Maruti doesn't want to showcase as a commercial vehicle segment, they have a tour version, but they are also, there is a larger portion who are also looking for that. So it's so they're using is a higher boot space, price is compact, price is not that very high, and also a longer car. And you'll see that if the Swift is selling, Dzire is extension to that, and the Dzire is selling that way. And second question, to answer to your second question, so we have been seeing this pattern since some time. Since 2020, if you look at the hatchback sales, so that has downgraded to minus 24%. Whereas the SUV segment or the compact SUV segment has upgraded plus 25%. Right? And the research patterns are also showing that, and the result in the market is showing that. So what I see is that what's the impact? Why these changes are happening? And per my view is one of the biggest factors is the regulatory factor. One is the increase in the pricing. So there is a mandatory airbags which came in the cars. That's number one reason that I think about. And whatever the survey that we have done on our platform, that we see that why they are choosing this kind of cars. We've done 3 times of surveys. So this is the conclusion. One is the airbags been added up, which has increased the cost, of course. Second, 1-year OD, 3-year TP policy, insurance policy, that has increased the pricing. Third is the GST.
Okay.
And these are, when that price is increasing, now the buyer is not looking for, of course, the lifestyles, etc. The other generic attributes have increased. I'm not attributing those. Scientifically, when you look at these three factors, people are waiting for a better version of the car rather than going for a smaller version of the car. So that has minimized so-called hatchback consumption pattern in the market,
Okay.
which has hatchback that we see. It has not diminished, it has degraded. For, of course, we see on our platform around 17 to 18% people are researching for
Still searching for
hatchbacks
hatchbacks. Okay.
across segments. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think in the long term this trend will continue, the downgrade trend, the downward trend?
Yes or no, because I cannot predict how it is going to happen, because I'm not an industry analyst. I'm just trying to correlate what I see on digital journey of these consumers. But understanding that if the prices are not rightfully done, or the consumption pattern of Indians are not growing beyond tier 1 and tier 2 cities, so this is not going to pick up.
So it's like people are not seeing this as a value proposition now like it used to be earlier.
Yeah.
Because it to be very competitively priced.
Yeah.
And now that competitive pricing is going out. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you add few lakh rupees more, maybe take a loan, and you can buy a bigger car, more substantial car.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because a few more things are because of airbags, the prices will go up. More security reasons, regulatory reasons, the prices will go up. And that's the reason that these are not selling the most.
Okay.
But there will be a market for smaller hatchbacks, what I presume, in the metro cities, because of the slick driving within the city with a lot of crowd. And there will be also, I see, if the crops are fine, the agricultural yields are fine, it will also be pick up in the tier 2, tier 3 cities as well, when the infrastructure is getting better. So one is actually the Indian consumption pattern should increase, hence the overall sales will increase, which has declined for most of the OEMs this month. That means the more income has to happen at that lower middle class label, where the aspiration to buy a car will be there. And plus the pricing factor will always play a critical role. Yeah.
Okay. And also one of the best-selling cars, for so many years has been the Tata Punch.
Yeah.
Now, do you see that the sales momentum will continue? It's no longer, in the top 2, but it was, very close up ahead. But do you think that car's sales will continue like that?
The research has reduced. As is over a period of time, the researchers have reduced. They have to come out. I'm thankful that this is still selling at number 4 and number 5 probably this month. But unless they're not coming up with a facelift version of it, it's enough of Punch today. And they need a Punch with a better version. I think they should
come.
So
you think it's been around for 3-4 years now in the same look? So
yeah,
it has to upgrade.
It has to upgrade.
That's why people's interest is going down.
Yeah.
So life cycle, I think, needs to be improved and changed very fast than it is. But talking about some other new launches which are still doing well. For example, let's talk about Honda again. The Honda Maze was launched in December last year. It's been about 6 months now, but sales haven't really picked up. It's selling in low numbers again, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 units. What is the research on that? What do you think is going on over there? And why is Honda losing out the market? Because they used to sell more, and they're very competitive in that segment. But again, they're losing out a big chunk of the market over there.
See, one is actually the pattern for sedans has gone down, right? And those gone down means we see in our site around 7.5% of research happening on the sedans. Market is showing, the dispatch numbers are showing around 9%. Right? So, but whenever it is selling, it is, but there is a class which is looking for sedan cars. Executive class which is looking still for a sedan class, they're not lured by C1 compact SUVs, etc. So I think the pricing is a little higher probably from Dzire, and then Dzire marketed it well. Dzire has been which is core competition to their vehicle, right?
Correct.
So, and the reliability factor of Dzire goes a long way.
Yes.
So that's the reason they have not, even though it is a facelift version, but they have not able to catch up with Dzire. So, and the other segment, other vehicles within that particular segment, like Slavia and other vehicles, sedans. So they have picked up because that medium or middle level or upper middle class people are preferring that kind of sedan to be their daily commute. So that's keeping the sedan market intact along with Dzire. But Amaze has to kind of, again, it's a similar kind of problem like Elevate. They have to create considerations. Consideration to a larger extent, showcase their features, showcase their abilities, reliability, which has been always been, but it fades away because there are 3-4 cars of Honda which are there today in the market.
And coming back to my original question, the Creta. It's the best selling car. It's also the best car in terms of the features, the equipment, the safety kit, ADAS feature and all. What are the big trends you're seeing on our digital platform when it comes to the research in terms of features, in terms of what kind of equipment people are looking at, and also what kind of variant people are looking at? Are they looking at the mid spec or are the higher specs selling more?
So the research is showing across the more consumption of time spent on the features, specifically with the features they are having. More eye inclination is going towards safety features. Right. That's second thing. Third, the consideration set for the variant label. When I say, they're always going for most of the time, in particular in Creta, either a top end or below the top end variant. That's part of the research.
SXO then SXO.
Yeah, SXO. I exactly do not know exactly the name of the vehicle variants, but it's the top end or little below that. That's a research pattern showing, but definitely petrol and automatic. I don't know the retail numbers, how that is translating to retail, but the aspiration value is that only. So Ashish, I have a question for you. So also, because as we are doing discussions, so Maruti has lost his market, right? Around 18,000 units. Why year-on-year growth has down? Minus 13% down year-on-year growth. Why do you think is this because of the overall shrinkage? And Maruti going down means overall market is going down, and whereas Mahindra has come out very well. Right?
See, I think the thing about Maruti is that they also don't have any new products. They only had the Swift, which was last in May, and after that the Dzire. And they don't really have any SUV which is new. And right now the latest SUV that they have is the Fronx, which was launched in 2023, so over 2.5 years old. And the buzz now is in the SUV segment, whether you call the compact segment, the C1 segment, the mid-size segment. So Maruti desperately needs a new SUV. It can be probably the Vitara, which they're launching, but that is also delayed. The reason for the delay is because they are looking at infrastructure setup first. And they want to have the best infrastructure in place. In fact, the infrastructure is going to be so good that every 1 or 2 kilometers down the road, every Maruti dealership, every sales support will have a charger, fast charger. That's what they're planning. And this is a directive which is not from the head office in India, but it's come from Japan.
That's essential.
Because they want it to be a success. They want the Vitara to be a success. And on that success, they will build other EVs in the future. Right now, they're only saying that the Vitara is there. They're not saying anything else. But my gut feeling is that this is going to be the first of many EVs from Maruti. They'll probably launch 2-3 other small EVs, maybe 2026, 2027. And they'll also be launching a new SUV just above the Brezza. It'll be below the Grand Vitara, above the Brezza. The names are out there in the YouTube and on the websites and stuff. Maruti is not confirmed any name, but they have confirmed the car is coming. Probably by the end of this year, maybe by the early part of next year. Slightly bigger than the Brezza, so it'll be more than 4 meters, but slightly smaller than the Grand Vitara, so under 4.3. And I think once the SUVs get them back in the game, they will again start picking up the sales volume. The other thing is that reason for Maruti sales going down is Toyota sales have picked up, and Toyota is selling half their cars which are Maruti rebranded cars.
Absolutely.
So a lot of customers prefer to buy it from Toyota because they get better warranties, and also the Toyota badge gives them, slightly, it's a better talking point. They can show off with their friends that about a Toyota. So it's also about that. And Maruti's sales are slightly, they will not say it, but I have a feeling that they're going down because of these two main reasons.
And why do you think, viewers, whoever are viewing this, please comment what is the car which is coming between Vitara and Brezza in between from the Maruti. They can comment and give it over here.
Yes, you can touch the name if you already know about it.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was our first podcast, guys. Thank you so much, Sagar sir. It was really a pleasure talking to you. Stay tuned to this channel, guys, and also check out our website and also check out FlipitMoney.com. We've got a lot more in terms of the content, in terms of podcasts, in terms of discussions, and of course test drives and a whole host of other features. So do subscribe to this channel. Also leave a comment and let us know if you liked it. If you like the format, if you didn't like it, you can let us know. We'll change it as per your liking. Thank you so much, and thanks guys for watching.
Thank you, guys.